Hello everyone. In this session, we'll be talking about a hierarchy creation. But before that, let's try to understand what exactly is an hierarchy. Hierarchy in tableaus are a way to organize and structure your data dimensions into a logical tree-like structure, allowing for more intuitive and interactive data exploration. Hierarchies are particularly useful when working with the data that has inherent levels of detail or granularity, such as the dates, geographical data, or product categories. For instance, consider a time that hierarchy that includes years, quarters, and months. By creating this hierarchy, you can drill down or roll up to view your data at various levels of temporal detail, offering a more in-depth perspective of your information, and in which hierarchies can help you to explore the data naturally, facilitating the interactive dashboards and more efficient data analysis. In Tableau, creating a hierarchy is straightforward. You simply drag and drop the dimension fields onto one another to establish a parent-child relationship. Once a hierarchy is created, it can be easily added to the visualization, and users can interact with it by expanding or collapsing the levels to navigate through the data at different levels of granularity. Hierarchies are a valuable feature for creating dynamic and user-friendly reports and dashboards. By including it into the visualization, you can help the user to drill down your data easily. So let's go to the Tableau screen and see how can we create these hierarchies. To give you a small example of a hierarchy, what I will do is I will choose this order date or shipping date option. Let's try to work with this order date option, and I want to see what is the sales being done with respect to different order days present in our data. Right now it is showing me the yearly data. In 2011, some sales were done as well as 2012, and this data goes up to 2014. But what if I don't want to see it in the yearly format? If I want to change this format to say quarterly or monthly format, what would I do? So I need to drill down to these dates. Let's try to convert it into a different kind of visualization. Let's say we are trying to see it in the form of the bar chart. Let me try to fill it in the entire view. Over here, you can see it is showing me the data for 2011 till 2014. Now, if you don't want to see it in the yearly format, you can click on this plus icon. Now you can see it has now drilled down me into the quarters. If you look closely, the dates over here ranges from the years to quarters to months to even days, and this would give you a good amount of info about that specific items or specific trend that you want to see in your data. So it is used basically to see the trends in over here. Right now, if we talk about the hierarchy, this particular option is following a parent-child relationship, because we know that when we are counting these days, they make a month. When we are counting 3 months, it made quarter, and we are counting different quarters, it makes up a year. So these are following the parent-child relationship over here. But what if you are having multiple dimensions in your data, which should follow a parent-child relationship, and you want to see the data in form of the parent-child relationship only? How would you do that thing? Because right now we know it takes the order data and it can sum it up for us in the form of years, quarter, months. But if you like to do it from the scratch, how can you do that thing? We will explore it. So what you need to do is first identify the dimensions that is following a parent-child relationship. Over here, we know that these subcategories follow a parent-child relationship with the categories, where this category is parent and this subcategory is child, because we know every subcategory belongs to a category role. To view it in detail, what I'll do is I'll double click on category and then I'll double click on subcategory. And you can see these subcategories belong to this category. Now, again and again, I have to double click on each one of them if I want to see the visualization of this kind. But what would my user do if they don't want to see the data like this? What if they would only want to see the data in the form of furniture, office supplies, and technology, and then they want to drill down further? How can they do it? So for that, what I do is I would drag this subcategory into the categories, and it would give me this option to create a hierarchy. This hierarchy is known by the name category comma subcategory. So I will leave it as it is for now. I will click on OK, and you can see over here this hierarchy has been created, and you can also see this icon. This is a tree-like icon which is showing over here. So now let's say if you want to see the level again, what would you do? Let's say if you want to see the sales for that specific hierarchy, I can drag this hierarchy in the rows, and I can drag the sales also in the rows. If you want to drill down even more, what you can do is you can see this plus icon over here. This plus icon would appear whenever you are creating an hierarchy. So if you click on this plus icon, it would then divide your data into the different items. Now I can see the sales for the bookcases as well as the tables for furnishing items and shares. Let's try to simplify it a bit more and try to convert it into the text table. Over here, you can see the data for various subcategories and for the furnishing items as well, because it is now following a hierarchy structure. If you don't want to see this hierarchy structure, you can again click on this minus icon and it would then collapse this item for you. Now let's see another different example of hierarchy. We know that every city over here belongs to a state. So we have the state over here, and every state belongs to a specific country, and every country is belonging to a different kind of region over here. So to create a hierarchy out of that, what I can do is first let me clear this worksheet. I can drag this state inside of the country. It would create a hierarchy for me. Then I can drag the city inside of the state. And if I want to drag this region, I can drag it just on the top of the country. Now let's try to see how the hierarchy is created over here. First, I will double click on the region and it would show me the different regions that are present in our data set. Now I want to see the region wise profit. So I will double click on the profit and it would convert it into the text table showing me the region wise profit. You can see a plus icon has appeared over as well as I can also see it in the text table. So if you click on this plus icon, now it has expanded the selection of our data. Every country which is in the Africa region is now shown over. If you scroll down, I have this different regions over here and the different countries that belong to that particular region. If you look closely, again I have this plus icon. I can click this plus icon and or I can choose this plus icon from here, which would then again expand my selection and it would show me the states belonging to every country and these countries belonging to every region. Again, if you want to expand the selection, click this plus icon and it would show you all the cities belonging to that particular state. Now let's say if I want to filter this particular data, let me collapse the selection by clicking on the negative icon over here and I will choose this filter of country and I only want to see the data which is coming in the Indian region. So I will select the country as India from over here. I will click on apply and OK. Now you can see the region is being shown as the Central Asia region. If I click on the plus icon over here, you can see the data which is related to India because in our filter we have selected this country as India. So only the data related to Indian country would be shown. Now again I have this plus icon over here which would then expand my selection to different states. And if I want to break it down to the city wise level, I can click on this again. Now, this is a fairly simple example of creating a hierarchy with the help of different dimensions that are present in our data. We can also do the similar kind of thing if we are choosing the map visualization. So let's try to create a map visualization. Let's say if you are double clicking on the state, it is showing you the map region. Right now, no filter has been applied. So it is showing me the different states present in various countries. If you want to drill it down, you can again see in the details option over here, I have this plus option. So if I click on this plus icon, it would then drill my data to city wise data. I can see various cities over here. And this is done basically when you are dealing with a huge amount of data and you have created a map visualization. Let's say if I just make a filter for showing me only the Indian region, I can select none option over here and I can choose India from over here. I want to see the sales which is being done by India. So I will double click on the sales and it is showing the sales done by India. It is the overall sales that is done by the whole country for that specific data set. Now, if you want to break it state wise, you can click on this plus option and it would show you the state wise sales that have. I can easily hover over any state and it would show me the sales which has been done for that particular state. If you want to see it city wise, again, you can click on the plus icon just in front of the state and it will show you the city wise information of every sales that has been done. So this is the example in which you can do the hierarchy creation. You can create multiple kind of hierarchies depending on the type of data that we have. We have already seen creating the hierarchies for category and subcategory. We also saw how can we create a demographic or geographic hierarchy with the help of this region and country, state, and city dimensions. We also saw a natural hierarchy existing in our data set, which was particularly the order date, and it is also present in the shipping date. I hope this session was clear to you. In the next session, we will be talking about the bin creation. Thank you.